Hi, welcome. Oh, my phone's telling me I have a time limit because I'm running out of space. So we have to be less than 40 minutes, which is perfect because I have a client coming in almost that amount of time. I'm laughing because as soon as I tried to push play on this or record, I pushed too hard and I knocked everything over. And then I just laughed. So I haven't used these oracle cards in a while. Intuitive Whispers. They just jumped right out at me. So let's draw a card to get started. And thank you for being here. It's been a wonderful day, wonderful week. It's Wednesday. It's a freaking full moon. Have you been feeling it? I'm still one of those like half believers, half skeptics. Like, I know what's true for me, but because I know there's no objective reality, I know that your truth might be different and you may not feel the vibes of the full moon like I've been feeling. So I'm not going to say it as if it's some fundamental truth, but for me, holy crap, this has been a last few days of just like, I feel like things are being pulled out of me, kind of like the tug of the moon. Is that what happens with the waves, the tides, whatever? So yeah, I've been feeling it. Maybe you have too. Let me know. Okay, Intuitive Whisper. Oh, intuitive, that's kind of cool because the moon's all about intuition. Trust the call, number 44. Ooh, I like that message. We'll read it. We will read it after the fact because sometimes I get a kick if like how much it aligns or not aligns with the reading, and I don't want to be influenced. So, but we'll know that this might be something calling us and calling us to trust it in our lives. So let's see. I brought these from home today since I had a reading with a client, and they're my what are they called? Mystical Moments Tarot of Mystical Moments. So let's see what energy. Here we go. We have Ace of Wands. Look how beautiful these artworks are. Oh, I love that. She's reading a book and a flower comes out. And then Six of Pentacles. That's so cool. I don't think I've seen, this is my, every time I do this, I'm like, I'm over 40. This is the I'm over 40 signature move. Six of Pentacles. I just haven't seen this card yet because this is a new deck for me. Oh, the scales are there. It's about balance and reciprocity. And what does balance? And there's a little man standing on the neck of the tea kettle with the drops. Like, what's he doing up there? He looks like it's such a low light in here. It looks like he has some sort of hat, like he's an inspector general in East in a go. Oh, and then there's like elements of Asia in here and maybe ancient Greece. This is so cool. There's like so many different cultural things in here, and butterflies and insects and cherry blossom flowers. This is interesting. So anyway, I just had, sorry, I had to take a moment to admire that artwork. I haven't seen it yet. Same with the Ace of Wands. So to me, I always look at how these energies influence each other, like the push and pull of what to consider both like light and dark aspects, if you want to say upright, reversal, whatever. But it's like how these two might challenge each other or support each other. The Ace of Wands is like, it truly does feel like something's like that call. Like I have an intuitive, inspired notion, like because the wands are about inspiration, the aces are fresh and new and divinely inspired and divinely given, meaning I don't know where this came from, this desire or need to do something or to make a change or to pursue something. This feels like a pursuit, but this is like a fresh start. Say, and usually the aces to me feel like a fresh start means go for it, leave everything behind, as in leave any like there's like this call, if you want to say trust the call to embark on what you've deeply been wanting to do, because now the inspiration is here. You know how sometimes you want to do something or you feel called to do something in general, but you're like, something keeps stopping me, or the timing doesn't feel right, or you just don't do it. And then one day something changes and the inspiration descends, the motivation, the stars align, all the circumstances line up such that you can now embark. This feels like that moment of it's here. Whenever these aces come in, it's like it has come. This is your sign to go for it. So the Six of Pentacles being about balance, reciprocity, it's, to me also, it's a very grounded energy, whereas the Wands are very fiery, passionate, inspired. So the way they might tug on each other is like, I really want to go for this finally. And then daily like responsibilities set in, because to me the Six of Pentacles has, I don't know why for me, because I don't hear a lot of people say this, but it has this feeling of I'm like caring for those around me. Like I have responsibilities. I feel not the negative sense of the word obligation, like obligated, and I don't want to feel that way, but it's like a nice obligation. Like I feel honored to take care of these people, or I really value this responsibility in my life and I don't want to let it go in order to pursue this. Can I have both? Can I do both? And how? We'll see. And it's not necessarily always about doing either. So the Ace of Wands, if I think about like what it's asking of us, the Ace of Wands is like, there's that tapping into your, I think of third eye energy with the Ace of Wands. So it's like, what is my deepest knowing to be true for me? Am I dealing with them? Am I struggling with something right now? And this feels like a moment where you can ask yourself a question and trust. Well, we knew that was going to be in this reading. Trust the call. Trust your inner calling. Trust your inner voice. What is the depths of me saying when I shut off the analytical mind, the skeptic, the doubt? When I get rid of doubt, because all that is a thought. Why is doubt such a big one right now? It feels like it's coming through hot and heavy. Are you doubting something and something's like, trust your deepest knowing. Trust it. The Six of Pentacles is like that grounded, day in, day out, my daily life responsibility. And I want to keep that. It feels like I take care of things, taking care of business kind of energy, and staying balanced in that, not just only doing that and forgetting what's driving you as an inspired like being on this earth. Like if you feel like you came here to learn something, grow in a certain way, do something, create, then why can't you have both? This, because it's in the challenge area, it feels like a big tug in the direction of like, but you gotta be measured. This feels like measurements. See how it's like that, the scales and these even little drip drip drips, and they're like filling the cups, and it's like, but you got to fill your cup first if you want to go there. And it's like that reciprocity. You can't just give without filling your own cup, meaning do for you the self-care piece, care for your creative spirit, whatever that is, and take care of business. So we'll see how that pans out. I think we'll set these guys aside, as beautiful as they are. I'm sort of using them sparingly just to get to know them a little slower. What cards do we want to use? Hold up. I kind of feel like these. Okay. They feel, I don't know why, they just feel good. Okay, so what is this really about? Let's get some more clarity, some more direction, maybe a story arc. All right. So we have the Seven of Swords. We know the Seven of Swords to be about what am I thinking? What deceptive thoughts do I have that are keeping my real motives or intentions even hidden from myself? It's like self-deception. And it doesn't have to be, see how it says futility at the top? This is like the thoughts that keep us stuck, the thoughts that talk us out of something before we even begin. That's the self-deceiving part, the true inner self, the Ace of Wands, third eye, deepest knowing self. The Seven of Swords is like the ego comes in and says, you can't do that. And here's why, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, blah, blah, till infinity. That's what our minds do, right? They just say, they talk us out of stuff before we even begin. So that's something to watch out for. The Hanged Man, this looks like something's asking us to shift that perspective. And this is a very grounded card. It's not just magical thinking, but it's really think logically if you want, because this sort of feels like a reading where, because the pentacles are coming in, we've got mind identification, we've got the Hanged Man, which is a very much, it might get uncomfortable to shift perspective. So it's like hard, meaning it's not just like, oh, I did it, right? It's like, oh, I gotta see, let me see things from this angle. Wait, okay, now let me look at it from this angle. It's like you kind of have to go through the muck, like to like get to that perspective shift. And that's okay. Getting rid of mind identification and doubt and your self-skepticism is really hard. It might have to do with some self-worth stuff. It usually does underneath a lot of this. And then we have the Three of Swords. This is sometimes a card of heartache. Like what thoughts are weighing heavy on the heart, right? The thoughts are up here, like keeping the heart maybe stifled. So this is like, whoa. This is calling for a huge perspective shift. The thoughts seem to be really influential right now. Interesting. So if this really is about trusting the call of your inner knowing, there's something that is like, if you were to tap into what your heart's deepest desire is, and shut the brain off before it even gets started. Like, what's your heart telling you to do? That's where you ask the question. And I know that's so like hard. Like, to me, I feel like very the skeptics coming in, like with this reading, where it's not just all like, yay, easy and roses and magical thinking. I say magical thinking because it's like, oh, I'm just going to choose to feel differently. This feels harder than that. This feels like, with all the swords and this uncomfortable type of perspective shift, and with futility and sorrow showing up and the words on these cards, it's like, ooh, something heavy's going on. And this feels like with this Six of Pentacles, where there's this, I feel like I'm obligated to something or someone. I have a duty, I have a responsibility, and I don't want to shirk it. And when we don't want to shirk something, that's when it's hard, right? Because it's, if we're like, oh yeah, I'll shirk that, well then it's not hard to shift, right? It's like we have that duty, that sense of obligation, and those words keep coming in. But something says trust that third eye-ness, what the heart deeply wants, and there's a solution to be had. There's really a solution for everything, isn't there? And it doesn't mean going to extremes necessarily, where you shirk. Why do I want to say that? It's an old-timey word, isn't it? Shirk the responsibility. I kind of like it. But it's not asking that. This can stay measured, like the Six of Pentacles. That's kind of if you think about the good and bad qualities, light and dark, whatever you want to call it, the extremes, there's a Six of Pentacles that is a bright quality to have, to be measured with thoughts, because thoughts are just nothing but chaos. So if you're going to have them be measured. versus like, oh. And then emotions. That's good to feel emotions. But if they're always running the show and you are just at their whim and they're out in front leading the charge and you're on a roller coaster all the time, that's not measured. So it does feel good to bring those back in balance. That's what measured means to me. And the way we show up for others in life, this might have a little bit to do with boundaries as well. What are your boundaries? So the Six of Pentacles being taking care of business, taking care of loved ones, whatever that is. How can you show up for people from a place of authenticity, meaning I know my worth, I know my boundaries, I know what I'm able to give and what I'm willing to give. And if you have expectations of what you need in return or what you need first in order to fill your cup, like share that. It's clear communication. Okay. So that's what we have. So, but something is definitely weighing on the heart here. So what I'd like to do is jump ahead to some clarifications. Ooh, we got to get going before my phone runs out. Oh man, I have a daunting task ahead. I have to clear space off this phone. Lately, I'm just like, F it, and I've been deleting things. I'm like, well, I used to save that stuff, but whatever. Okay, so what I'm curious about, what are you curious about? I'm curious about how to like gently, smoothly, with love, make this shift in perspective. Because letting go of thought identification and old stories and everything, like doubt, letting go of doubt and really trusting our inner call is hard. So let us get some clarification on how to make that perspective shift and what might be getting in the way. We have the Wheel. Whoops. We have the King of Wands. Oh, I was like, I had to feel like more wands would show up because that's what this is about, that trust. The calling. Wands are like calling energy, like what's calling us. So King, that's a good one. And Justice. Okay, I'm going to show you these cards because this artwork is beautiful as well. So there's the Wheel, which is, first of all, I'm going to talk about the King because the others on the clarification kind of like tell us what this is all about. So the King of Wands is, first of all, this is fire energy. There's fire and fire. Kings are fire, wands are fire. This is like the biggest, trust your inner fire, like sign that, I don't know why I'm using the word sign, but trust this. So because you're getting a whole bunch of fire, a whole bunch of spirit, a whole bunch of inspiration, a whole bunch of passion for, like, passion to me means like, what do I really care about? What do I really value? What am I willing to like get behind at all costs? Because it means so much to me. So this is having the confidence to step into that power. Like that power exists within you. You tap into what he kind of signifies, which is confidence. And one thing that he reminds me of is, remember we talked about like filling your cup first, or having like what you need to fuel you. I think of fire as fuel. He knows exactly what he needs, and of course he's so confident he's going to tell people, and he's going to tell people how he feels because he has that ability. But he also knows, I know where to direct my energy. I'm confident in that. I know where to and how much, where and how much. And so something might be calling you to like that Six of Pentacles, which is about balance and how much to give and being forthright with people. Like, well, here's what I need. Or at least not be, this guy is forthright with people. Six of Pentacles is like you doing the inner work to say, well, how much do I need? Do I need an extra down day during the weekend? Instead of like after a full week of work, giving all my energy away for 48 hours on a weekend, right? So it's like, that's just an example. How much fuel do you need in your tank, and in what form does your fuel take? There's a question that to me is interesting. What fuels you? What recharges you? because it is impossible to make that perspective shift when we're all up here and fatigued and defeated and just need some rest and need some self-care, self-reflection time. Like, who am I and what do I want? What do I need? So the wheel and justice are on both sides of that King of Wands. They're both major arcana. The wheel is all about, so many things. This is, you think about the wheel of time. It just keeps going forever and ever and ever, never stopping. Never, never, never. And things are good, things are bad. It's all your perspective in how you're going to label something. But the wheel keeps going. The wheel doesn't know good and bad. It just keeps rolling on. And sometimes we're like, yay, we're on top. And then sometimes, and the wheel keeps turning. It's like sometimes we're on bottom. So it's that treating things with equanimity, meaning just because, like, when we said, like, don't go to extremes, and justice is about balance and speaking your truth, finding your truth, knowing your truth, not in that order. This is, what do I need? I recognize that things aren't always going to be bad and they're not always going to be good. So what do I need in order to roll with any situation in an equanimous way? Meaning, no matter what happens, I'm not in the back seat of the roller coaster anymore. I'm more in the front seat, like the King of Wands, with all that inner power and inner strength that he's feeling and knowing. See how he has the lion behind him? This guy's like all about strength. But it comes from knowing his worth and knowing what fuels him. Maybe that's, in a nutshell, what fuels you, because that's what you can trust. When the flame of inspiration gets dim and you're kind of called to this like reality place of like, man, I am not 100%. I'm not feeling inspired. I don't know what to do. When you feel a little lost, a little out at sea, this is like, what can I rely on? What do I know? What are the puzzle pieces? What are the real tangible things I can do in my life to fuel me? And for example, because sometimes I remember when, and sometimes I'm still this way, where I get swept up with like fatigue and emotion, it's hard to get back to that grounded space of like, okay, this is just a puzzle, like a puzzle to put together. Some of my puzzle pieces are sleep. Some of my puzzle piece, like a puzzle piece is amount of sleep, quality of sleep. Some of my puzzle pieces like nutrition. Have I been just eating crap? Yeah, it's going to make my mood feel bad. Like, these are just tangible, like logical, knowing what I need to stay fueled and recharged. And then you get into the creative stuff, like need to take care of the basic physical needs first, right? And then you can get into the higher level mind and creativity stuff of like, oh, I need to read a little bit each day. I need to journal. I need to, so there are definite things, and you don't know what they are until you just play around and try, right? So I gotta get going. We're gonna run out of time. So that seems to be what this is about. What recharges you and what fuels you so that you can make this perspective shift from like this, what the words say is futility and sorrow, which is really like the way the minds control, like really dampen what's on our hearts, right? How can I shift from this down into this? We say that a lot, but this is one flavor of that trajectory. So trust the call. Your intuition is calling you now. Are you listening? Maybe you've been too busy or distracted to hear it, but it is always communicating with you and directing you to where you need to go. If you are struggling to find clarity in the direction of your life, stop looking and start listening. Trust that gut instinct that is like your internal navigator. Long before our phones became our navigators, we instinctually knew where to go. So put your phone away and trust this call instead. It is a call that has no agenda except your happiness. Then it says how to trust the call. Ring, ring, it's your intuition here. Trust is not just given, it is earned, but your intuition has earned its trust from a lifetime of always being there. Maybe it is you who has been ignoring its call. To trust your intuition, you need to become silent, so quiet that the only thing that you can hear is yourself. Close your eyes and listen. What is coming through? Do you not need any other guidance because your own intuitive whispers know you best? They are the most powerful guidance you have. Welcome home. What I love about that is with the Six of Pentacles, it's like this, I don't know, I had this thought while reading it. Hold on, where did I was? Like becoming silent so that you can hear your intuition. So the Ace of Wands being that third eye intuitive energy of like trust what you're really feeling, because the time is now. There's a freshness here. And the Six of Pentacles being that what's pulling, like, oh, those responsibilities. So how can I still meet the needs I've signed up for and I continue to sign up for, whether it's my loved ones or just I got school, I got work, whatever it is, and silence that a bit to let the intuitive stuff surface. And again, it might be back to like, well, physically, I'm just drained. So getting your physical stuff in order first. I mean, that's all we have is a vehicle. And then what beyond that? Do I need to do boundary work? That keeps coming up for me. So maybe there's something there that says, wait a minute, I need to first define my boundaries. Do I need so many hours a week to myself to do whatever I want with no agenda? I love that it's no agenda. Oh my God, that feels true for a lot of us, huh? Like, I'll just end there since I gotta go. My phone's rounding out. So trust the call. Really contemplate what fuels and what recharges you. And you can trust that. Those are the puzzle pieces that are there for us, even when we're like, we kind of poo-poo it in those moments of like fatigue and emotion. We're just like, I can't do anything and everything's hard. And yet, if we take time to find that puzzle piece, do it, oh, I'm feeling better, a little bit better, and then a little bit better. It's like it's just so like we do that, don't we? And then we're like, man, all I needed was sleep or something. Oh, yeah, we're human. Well, thank you for being here, and drop me a note, or if you have any thoughts, questions, or if you want to do a reading. Have a good week. Bye.